Every spring offers so much for an outdoorsman to do, and for the past 10 years I've been focused entirely on antler hunting. But this year, the pull of bear hunting, something I used to live and breathe, came back. There's something special about watching wildlife wake up after a long winter. And then there's the rush of spotting a bear. For most, they're an elusive creature, so when you see one, you get a tiny glimpse into the natural world, and it really makes you feel more connected to the wild. Karen and I packed into the top of the mountain. I'm going to look down into a bunch of different basins tomorrow, and my guess is the bears are all going to be low. Tonight's dinner, sausage rigatoni from Gastronome. And for fun, some Parmesan wisps. This meal totally doesn't need anything extra. We just decided to add a little crunch to it. One of the great things about bear hunting is that you don't really have to get up early. At least that's what we tell ourselves. It's 8 o'clock, sun's been out for a couple hours, world's starting to warm up. We're warming up, we need some breakfast and get to looking.
What's happening?
Doing my back exercises. My back hurts. I see a bear. They exist. Let's get a closer look at it. It's a sow with 2 little cubs.
Where we're hunting, you can't shoot a sow with cubs. So we just get a watch from afar. The reason you can't shoot a sow with cubs is basically, if I were to shoot that sow, odds are pretty good I'd be killing 3 bears because those cubs just don't really know how to survive without their mom, especially cubs of the year. Can't hunt that bear, but sure fun to watch from afar. Moving camp. Spotted a sow and a cub. The sow is chocolate and the cub is black. Not a cub of the year like the other ones we spotted this morning. A little bigger. 5 bears in one day. That might be a personal record for me. Now if we can just find a solo boar. Classic springtime weather. It's supposed to be clear and sunny for like 5 straight days, but oh no. Get a big ol' storm cell coming right over us.
What now? Snack time.
Since we're waiting out the weather, a little bit of snack time. This is an RX mini bar. Karen is having
Gastronome trail mix!
What do you think about that big cloud up there?
I'm glad it's past us. It was fun, but lightning right above your head is not always the best.
Karen's the one that pitched the tent. I was like, I'm going to keep glass. And she's like, I'm going to pitch the tent. I'm like, it'll be fine. Rained pretty good. And hailed. And nice, we're camped next to a giant snowbank that's like 20 feet deep, so you can melt water all day long. Whoa boy, here we go. She's boiling. She's boiling. It says to wait for 10 minutes, but probably wait for about 4.5. Oh, they're so good. All right, get some more water to boil another one.
I peed over there.
Oh my God, I dumped like all of it out. Oh man, we were shooting some photos of the old Gastronome, and I was holding it like this, and then I dumped like 3/4 of it out. Ay, ay, ay. There goes my dinner. It's like 10 p.m. right now, and there's still pretty good ambient light. Crazy. We are not far from the longest day of the year. That said, I'm gonna get some shut-eye and probably wake up at 5 a.m. to the sunshine in the tent, so we'll see you in the morning. And good morning. Rained pretty much all last night. Wind blew, but she's clearing up now, so we're gonna move to a little bit lower country now and see what we can't turn up. Glassing way back down, like a mile past the pickup, and just into some just greener stuff, and spotted a bear. It's another sow with 2 cubs. Looks like a chocolate sow with I think a chocolate and a black cub. So obviously some boars doing some breeding around here somewhere. It kind of affirms things that I think we're too high. There's like nothing green up here, so I think the bears must be lower, so that's where we're headed. It's a black bear. Bear number 9 in 3 days. This one's solo. Pretty small looking, but it's a bear. This bear's been out in this meadow for the last like 30 minutes, and he's just munching away, and he's got some bull elk right next to him. They're just munching away. I think we're just gonna keep moving and try to find a bear in a stalkable spot. I guess that's the nature of the game with bow hunting, trying to find him in a stalkable spot. We just spotted another bear way down by the truck in just this crazy green, neon green patch. So he's black, and so far he's by himself. So we're probably gonna bail off of here and make a play. As a crow flies, he's 2 miles away, but we're not crows, so. We lost sight of that bear for about 45 minutes. Got right to where we last saw him. There was a couple really big bear poops, but no bear. Only the bear knows where the bear went.
With a week left in the season, I decided to stack the odds in my favor and hunt with the rifle.
All right, fire in the hole. All right, let's go bear hunt. Vantage points is the name of the game with bear hunting. So we're getting up high to look into this basin. Actually, before we even came in here, I got on Onyx on my desktop at home and marked a few vantage points. So we're getting up to one that looks like it should overlook some pretty epic country. Step 1, get on the vantage point, spot a bear. Step 2, get closer to the bear. Spotted another bear. This one's all black. We don't have enough time to get to that bear. He's also living basically in this meadow that you can't glass from anywhere. The meadow is maybe 100 yards long. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to hunt that thing. And basically you just got to get in there and either A, hope he comes out, or B, maybe try the predator call and see if you can get him to come running in. We're in some pretty good G-bear country, so the thought of using a predator call just seems kind of stupid actually. So stupid and risky. Wrapped up the evening spotting 8 bears. Crazy. And one pretty big black one that we're gonna get closer to tomorrow. I see a bear. About 2,000 yards away, but get a closer look. I think we can get over there pretty quick. Got a big black one. I think it's a boar. He's like 1,100 yards away. We were hoping he was gonna feed out next to this chocolate sow at about 600, but he didn't. So now we try to get closer. Last time we saw that bear, he was like 100 yards right here. The wind is a little swirly, but I think we're good. Sat all day, like 100 yards from where I last seen that bear, and he just never showed. And right at last light, he pops out at like 5:50, right on the edge of this meadow. And he stood there and grazed and fed for like 15 seconds. and then he disappeared, which just wasn't enough time to get set up or anything. And anyway, we're gonna relocate to a new glassing knob, hit that tomorrow, and see what we can turn up. Just climbed up to a glassing knob overlooking a bunch of this country that we were bow hunting a few days ago. It's basically sitting on top of probably like a 500-foot cliff looking down on things. So if we see one pop out in some of these meadows, we're hopefully gonna be able to just run down there and be down right in the zone in 15-20 minutes. So, but it's early, it's only 2 o'clock, so we're just gonna sit here and glass, and fingers crossed, big ol' boar steps out. I see a bear. Actually 2 bears. They're both bigger, so it's probably a sow and a boar just hanging out together, doing the thing, you know? But they are in a meadow that's surrounded by an ungodly amount of timber way up on a steep face and about 2 miles away. I think we're gonna hope and pray that we see one a little closer. Man, we're just pan. We saw the 2 bears way over here. Keep panning, look down here. Oh, there's a bear.
This bear had the walk. There was attitude in its step, it was solo, both of which told me it was a boar. He also seemed pretty big compared to some of the other bears we'd seen.
We're gonna bomb down off this mountain, get to where we last saw that bear. Got about 45 minutes left of daylight. And we're just gonna try to make something happen.
Once we were a few hundred yards out from where I had last seen him, I jacked a shell into the chamber. Not a minute later, we walked right up on that boar, feeding in a meadow.
Get him. I'm gonna shoot.
Okay. Jesus.
He's death moaning. That's crazy. He's like 100 yards, maybe, not even. It's like 55 yards. Jeez. Wow. Man. Gosh. I knew he was a decent bear, but it's still hard to tell. He's a really nice black bear. Oh, that's so cool. Jet black. He's actually got a little bit of white. Little tiny patch. Look at those chompers. Gosh, this is where I hope he's actually dead. I think he's dead. Oh, this bear is big. His head is enormous. Wow. Big ol', gosh, that thing is insane. Thanks, buddy. Alright, first things first, we're gonna tag this guy. I opted to do e-tagging, and all I'm gonna do is open up the Montana Fish and Game app and validate my tag. It's that simple. Black bear license validated. We're good to go. Just for size comparison, I'm right at 6 feet tall. I'm just gonna lay down next to this thing. He's not quite a 6-footer, but or maybe he is, I don't know. He's pretty big. He's freaking huge. Crazy. Alright, with this bear, we are going to skin him. To do that, I'm gonna make one cut all the way down from his neck all the way down here, and then I'm gonna go down each leg to his paws, and then we'll kind of peel him back that way. we will then debone him and pack them all out. Good as new, almost. All right, it is 1 o'clock in the morning, and we've got 4 quarters, back straps, tendies, neck meat, a bunch of fat here in game bags, and then we got the hide. Oh, we're gonna roll it up and stuff it in the backpack. That is one heavy hide. Whew. We can't fit it all in the backpack, so we're gonna try to carry it. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. All right. You're up. There you go.
Okay. All right. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and you can still use your stick. All right.
Got it.
And we're off.
So after you've tagged your black bear, first thing you need to do is within 48 hours, you need to report your harvest. You can either do this online or you can call an FWP hotline number. They're just gonna ask you a handful of different questions. Your ALS number, date of birth, etc., as well as some very specific information of where you shot it. They're gonna wanna know the township, range, and section of where you shot your black bear. The easiest way to find that information is using OnX. You're gonna open up OnX, you're gonna hit Hunt Map Layers in the bottom. You're going to scroll down to Land and Access, and then you're going to go to Sections and turn that on. Now you're going to zoom in to the exact spot that you shot your bear. You can see this one we're looking at right here is Section 15. You click on that, and you scroll down. Here it says Section 15, Township and Range. So it's Township 5 South, Range 11 East, and you'll share that information on the hotline and you'll be good to go. Super handy feature within OnX. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your bear in to get physically inspected, and you can do this at pretty much any Game and Fish regional headquarters. You can also call game warden, and the game warden will likely come out and meet you somewhere. That's what I did this year. They're going to verify the sex of the animal, and they're going to put in a hide tag, and that hide tag is going to be required by any taxidermist. They're going to want to see that before they take your hide in and either do a rug, a mount, or just tan the hide. Got the bear hide here on the floor, and one thing we did not do is we did not skin out the paws. So there's 4 paws or the head. That just takes a level of detail that I do not have. So we left those in. We're gonna leave that up to the taxidermist. And they said to roll the hide up and freeze it and bring it to them. And when you do roll it up, leave the paws and the head sticking out so that they actually freeze solid. One thing that can happen, say I were to roll this up, but I were to put the paws and the head on the inside of the cape here and then freeze it, heat can get trapped in here, and if there's heat in these parts that haven't been skinned yet, that can lead to hair slippage. So when they were to send this off to the tannery, could come back and you'd lose a bunch of hair, which would be super sad. I'm just going to show you how I roll this guy up and leave the head and the paws exposed. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to start here. Just going to roll it in this side, roll it in, and keep the paws on the outside. Also, another thing, you never want to put hair onto this exposed, meat side. You want to keep the hair on the outside, so skin on skin. I'll kind of roll them up. And just like that. So we've got the head and 2 paws on each side exposed. Now we're just going to put them into a big garbage bag, throw them in the freezer, and in a few days we'll take it to the taxidermist. Pretty simple. And the final steps, butchering and rendering the bear fat.
We're rendering down the bear fat, hoping to make some lard out of it to bake with and fry with.
First taste of bear. For cooking it on the barbecue up to 165 degrees, that's very tender. Kind of reminds me of like a beef brisket. Kind of a different texture, I guess. Very tender. This is both tenderloin and backstrap. I just had a bite of each. I would approve. Bear's pretty good.